everybody, welcome back to Bleacher Talk, the only talk show on Bleachers. I'm Franz, and this is Mike. Now, today's guest is a very ambitious kid. It's summertime, right? So everyone's joining basketball leagues. Every single person is joining basketball leagues. Well, Mike, about 4 or 5 years ago?
Back in 2013. So yeah, six years ago.
6 years ago. So he started his own basketball league for college kids. And like, that's amazing. So really quick, how we started off, can you please give the viewers a backstory about yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Mike McClure, I got 3 younger siblings. I come from a pretty nice family. I started this league basically summer 2013. Coming back from college, my friends and I kind of were looking for a summer basketball league to participate in. And I think that, you know, every group of friends kind of has their one common bond or common interest. Obviously, like, groups of friends are dynamic, they got different interests, but usually there's one thing that kind of brings a group of friends together, that initially brought them together. For my group, I'd say that was probably sports, maybe specifically basketball. And you could probably relate to someone in that in your friend groups too. But so naturally, we want to all join a league together, summer 2013. So we looked into a couple adult leagues, and really the offerings were kind of slim. There was probably the Jupiter Community Center was really our only option, and it was about $500 to join the team. And we're broke college kids, you know, working at flipping burgers at the snack bar at the Rapids water park. So, I mean, it wasn't really in the budget. But so, and also like these leagues, they didn't really. They weren't really that great, not as far as talent goes, but as far as it just seemed there wasn't a lot of meaning to it.
Of course.
We would go, we'd play, and it seemed like we were playing an organized pickup game. We were paying for the refs essentially,
of course,
in the indoor court. But as far as the games themselves go, it didn't seem like it mattered too much. Everyone came, they went to the games, played, and went home. So we kind of had an idea, like, hey, well, why don't we just start our own league? So we tried to be creative with it, and we made a draft. You know, like, let's make it like the NBA. You know, let's fix everything that we didn't like about prior leagues that we joined. Now that now that we have the power to do so. So we formed we made a draft playoff series. You know, let's make it like the NBA. And it was kind of funny the first time we ever went out there, because we as you know, like, you played in the league last year.
Of course.
Your first year, you enjoyed it. We went to outdoor courts, and there's a pickup game going on in the other court, and they look over at us. We got color coordinated uniforms, referees blowing whistles, and then they're kind of like, what's going on over here? And then they see us like line up for technical foul shots, and they're like, who are these guys? You know. But I'd say that the leagues, the league is a big part of who I am and what I want to do, because I care about this league a lot.
Of course.
You know, and I think that a lot of people care about it as much as I do as well, and that's what makes it work. But I think that the origins of the league, the fact that it was made not for a profit, but because it's a bunch of people that care about the league, just a group of people, I think that helped. And that kind of primed it for success.
Of course.
But yeah.
And it was funny, man, because me and my friends, or friend group, I couldn't text them in a group chat and make a 10-on-10 organized pickup game without everyone being, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. But you got tons of kids, like 50+ kids, all in a league, on time, playing their games, uniforms and all. And like, that's just amazing, man.
Yeah, it's not easy. It is tough kind of communicating with everybody, and it does take some time, kind of like texting everybody and stuff. And I'll tell you the one thing that I think that, and this goes with people stepping up and kind of doing their part, organizing referees. You think it's tough to get players there. It's tough to get referees to referee the game. Because as you know, the referees are players in the league as well, but we got to get people to volunteer for that. Just recently, we made it a paid position. But Nick Chioka really kind of came through with that and organized the whole referee page, had sign-ups, and incorporated a referee training program, and kind of made really revolutionized the whole referee scheduling system.
And the thing is, the refs, they're players, but like they're non-biased. Like they're impartial like during the whole game, you know, and like that's pretty cool because you know how like a ref, like, how would I say it? Like you play against them and like they'll be mad in the game, but when they're reffing, equal.
Exactly.
That's so refreshing, man.
And that really comes from the people who care, and the new guys in the league a lot of times don't really usually have an issue with that, which is understandable. They're like, wait, man, you're playing against me one game and then you're reffing the next. You know, this doesn't make any sense. But there's got to be some collusion here. But really, everybody that we staff as a ref genuinely cares about the league. You know, they aren't out for their. If they want to win a championship, don't get me wrong, but they want to do it fairly, you know. And if they're not directly participating in the game, they're generally going to be impartial. You know, like my brother Casey and one of his really good friends, Andrew Hours, really kind of stepped up as two really elite referees. They both played high school basketball, organized basketball, so they have a really high basketball IQ, and really, I trust them more than hiring some referee on the streets to really make sure that the league is run right.
Of course.
And that there's a lot of people that have really stepped up. Jared Meshes, Trevor Gilson, Jared absolutely hates refereeing. I know for a fact he does. But he's always the first to volunteer if we need him, and that's also why, you know, it works, because the league is what people put in. You know, we need people to give back, or else it's not going to work.
It's funny because as a first year last year, I was welcomed to the league with open arms, you know? Like, no one knew who I was at first, but then, like, throughout the season, with every team I played, like, I became friends with them, you know? From the Starling brothers to Scott Sala, like, all these guys, I didn't know them at all. But then, like, in the league, like, last summer, like, how do I say, like, after the league, the whole AllStar Game situation, that was, like, such a fun environment to be in, because everyone was just there hanging out, playing basketball.
That was the first time we did it last year.
That was the first time you did that last year?
We haven't done that, yeah. Every year there's something new that is added in.
You guys are innovative and like, growing.
Yeah.
Like, that's life right there, man.
We got to incorporate something new each year, you know.
So,
you got to keep.
I just can't wait to see what this year entails, honestly.
Yeah. This year we've had a couple things. We're thinking of actually, Casey and Adil were talking about making a podcast, little kind of just a weekly, maybe weekly or bi-weekly kind of recap on
of Bigguysbasketball.
You know, really, because that's kind of what also makes this matter. You know, is this fictitious media component.
Of
like
course.
that people are watching us. You know, that like we feel like we're in the NBA. We like to talk like we're in the NBA. So that kind of makes. Because I think that's a big part of what this league is about, is making moments matter. You know, for instance, last year, I think this is a perfect example. You had your record-breaking performance. You had nine three-pointers in one game. So, I think in another league that might have gone, I mean, people would obviously see you hitting a bunch of threes, like, oh man, he's having a pretty good game. Like, you know, you'd probably be recognized. But I think it's important to kind of, you know, we knew that you broke the record because we had the stats. We had it kept. And we had a commentator acknowledge it and stuff. And I think it's important to kind of, you know, why not make that moment as big as it can possibly be, instead of just making it a regular pickup game that, you know, you go, you shoot 9 threes, and go home. Let's spice it up a little bit, make it matter.
And one thing I really enjoy about the league is the press releases, the writing, how to say, like the blog post.
Yeah, the blog. Yeah.
Amazing. It's like a recap of the week. You know what I mean? Like, this team beat this team. XYZ had a good game. XYZ got into it, and like it just shows like, it's just so much fun to like read and all that, because like it makes you realize, you said, man, and like this league, like in my life, like it's by far like my favorite league. Because like last summer, I played in 2 leagues. I played a league at Sugar Sand Park with some close friends, and like we'd show up, play, leave, you know. But with this league, you know, I had some close friends too, and like we like showed up, played, after we all ate together, and then we all went home after and just talked about the game, and it was a great experience, man. Like, great experience. Like the whole commentators and everyone, like it's all love there, man. And like we feel it, man.
No, yeah, and that's what it's meant to be. I mean, it's supposed to be just kind of an environment of camaraderie too. You know, everyone's kind of likes everyone really likes each other, and we're all. It's not just a league where you go and you don't really know anyone on the other teams. You go home. It's more of you join the league. You don't join a team. You know, and and I was telling you, the draft, you got to come this year because it's a really good environment that brings everybody together at the beginning of the season. There's a lot of talk, and everyone's around drinking beers, and so I think that's probably my favorite part of the season, actually. It's become my favorite part of the season. Obviously, it's kind of changed. It used to just be three of us sitting around a table, writing on a piece of paper, but now it's kind of turned into more of an event.
A draft board and all that.
Yeah, draft board, exactly. Yeah. So that's really become something that kind of brings everybody together, which I think is an important part.
All right, so of course, I have to bring this up. So last year, I was a rookie and I didn't show up to the combine or the rookie combine, but this year it's mandatory for all rookies to go. So just tell us about that and like that new rule tell us about that and that new rule.
Yeah, so we always got to make rules to kind of fix any issues that come up. I think one thing that we were worried about players joining the league for two reasons: for parity issues and for just we don't know who the heck. We need background checks, some sort of form of background check.
Checks and balances.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys, for instance, came in as a new team. No one knew who the heck any of you guys were, and the talent was probably not evenly distributed, and you ended up winning the championship. Which it was a great championship run, by the way, because it wasn't easy. You had to overcome that other team that was also up there.
And they beat us, like in the season 2, in the regular season game, like they beat us. So like all eyes were on them. Shout out to the Warriors.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good storyline for the league. We're all about storylines. Yeah, I like that you guys, you got demolished and you came back and swept them in the finals. That's a good comeback story. It was better for the league. I don't root for anyone, but I do root for good storylines. I think that was good for the league. But as we were saying, is the last 3 teams have been 3 expansion franchises that have come in with made up of a lot of rookies that people didn't really know. So we thought it's important to really enforce coming out to the scouting combine to give these other GMs a chance to look at the new talent coming to the league, to kind of even the playing field and actually make it more like managing a team. You should be able to scout players and kind of talk to people at the combine instead of just being the same teams coming back every year, which is still, we also like that too. That's why we implemented the franchise tags. Because the franchise tag, basically, if it's a mutual agreement between a GM and a player, you get to continue to play together. You don't re-enter the draft.
That's beautiful.
And I think that's important for the rivalry and the history of the teams.
Yep.
So it kind of creates that
a little core,
more meaning. Yeah, exactly. So it adds another component to the trash talking. Like, I remember we'd be in the playoffs in 2014 or stuff like that.
Yep.
So I think, but yeah. So we're always trying to implement new rules and fix any issues that arise from prior years.
Of course. But that's just amazing. And it's cool because the awards last year, like the awards were so much fun because like it's funny because like last season, like my whole team would be like, oh my god, like MVP. I was like, nah, bro, you know what I mean? Like we'll see who gets it. And like that Warriors game between me and McClure had a better game, and like that like gave him MVP, and like that was
that probably was, yeah.
See, like it makes it like competitive, because like from MVP to most improved player to 6th man of the year to the GM of the year, like all that, man, like it keeps the league interesting, man, because it keeps everyone talking about like who's gonna get what, and like nobody knows like what's gonna happen. So that's just amazing. It keeps it like the NBA too, because like me, like I don't have ego, you know what I mean? Like MVP or not MVP, like I just want to win games, you know what I mean? And just have fun with like, you know what I mean? Like how to say, like with my team.
Yeah, exactly.
But that makes me want to like work that much harder, you know what I mean? To gun for it, Because who doesn't want to be MVP,
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just a lot. It was so much fun, man.
It's just another element to add. All this stuff, the stats, all the articles and the Instagram, the live feeds that now we're doing. It's all supposed to add to making people care about it and making it more competitive.
Of course.
So I mean, I think that you can compare it to the high school or travel league. Obviously, you could argue it's like, all right, there's a lot more at stake there. Mm-hmm. But all this stuff that we're doing to kind of create this NBA-like environment, NBA-like league, is to raise the stakes, and make people care, make it more competitive, and make it matter. And people, it appears people enjoy that, I mean, I know I enjoyed it. I always wished, like when growing up as a kid, I wanted to make my own league. I wanted to get leagues to kind of matter and stuff. So.
And last year, I was talking to you. I was like, hey, so like this league, you want to grow it? And you're like, no. But I feel like maybe not right now or today or tomorrow.
Right.
But in the near future, you're gonna start your own league, and it's gonna run South Florida, man. Because, dude, like, this league, I told you before, like last year, I was telling you this. I was like in your ear, I was like, yo, can you, like next year you're gonna expand it? But now we're here talking, and I just can't wait to like seriously expand and grow to what, like, it's been growing, man, and you can't deny that.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. Yeah.
It's
and we've even almost put a limit on it, you know.
Of course, yeah. You're like, okay, players, okay, it's getting too big, but
yeah, and that's been kind of a tough conflict over the past few years, because I know that a lot of the guys that started it kind of like the fact that it's small, or want to keep it small, just because they like my brother said, let's keep big guys, you know, big guys league.
Yeah.
Where, you know, historically it's just kind of been our group of friends, an extended group of friends. Obviously that group of friends is growing now to 60 players and 7 teams, but you know, there's a trade-off. Do we keep it small, or, you know, do we try to capitalize on the demand and see maybe if we can make money off it? But it's never been about making money for me or anyone who started it. But at the same time, it could be a cool dream to accomplish, you know. So
just running a league, man, like of your own. Because the thing is, like, college kids want to play with college kids. You know what I mean? Like, not high schoolers, not like grown adults that like freaking like I wouldn't say try hard, but like just like super competitive. You know, like we want to play with kids that like are our age. You know what I mean? Like working hard in life. You know, because like we're college kids. You know, but like I wouldn't say college kids. I would say what's the word? Young adults. So young adults want to play with young adults, because that way, like, we meet like young adults that are our age and our friends, and like it blossoms from there, and it's super cool to see. But this league, man, like, you have something here. I'm gonna tell you again, and like that's why, like, I wanted to bring you on to like talk about this, because like I feel it, you feel it, and like everyone else in the league feels it, man. And like I just can't wait to see where it goes from here. And like whether it becomes big or small, whatever you guys want it to be, I just can't wait to see it keep on improving, man. It's like it's beautiful to see, man.
No, that really does. That means a lot. And although I'm labeled as commissioner, like, this league does not work if there's not people giving back to it. And I think a lot of people have actually, there's been new roles developed every year. I mean, we had Rob Bornietti last year. There was no commentator before last year.
Oh my God.
And he just grabbed the mic and started commentating the games, and it's like, all right, cool, hey, we got a commentator now, you know? And that just kind of developed that role, and everyone kind of falls into certain positions. I mean, we got Pavlov, the token stat keeper of the league. He stat keeps every game. He's sitting there with his beer, talking trash and stuff. He loves to talk. But he's kind of developed into the stat keeper, and really it actually just started because he wanted a seat when he wasn't playing, and that was the only seat available if he kept stats. But he's become a great stat keeper, which I didn't see coming at first. but yeah, and everyone kind of knows that, hey, this league is what we make it, and that also goes for the people that enjoy it, because the league doesn't matter if people don't enjoy the league.
And like last year there's so many spectators at every game, like. Your fans would like my friends would come, like they'd sit down, like,
yeah, exactly. You guys brought a lot of fans last year. Yeah.
The fans are growing, man.
The fans, yeah, exactly.
The fans are growing.
It's good to get fans out there, yeah. No, yeah, because we didn't have any fans at first. So I remember we had one team show up with fans, and we were kind of like, oh, wow, okay, we got people watching this game, all right. The first time, but yeah, no, it's been it has been cool kind of seeing it transform where we were the first year and what we're doing. Now, you know, every year we try to incorporate something different, and so when we add new people too each year that enjoy it more, and just make the league better, you know. Like
that's all it is about growth, you know, because like everything changes, man. Like on the show, I said it once, I say it again, man. Like the people that I have on, you know, they're growing as people, and like although like in your life you're working a job that you love, but doing this as a side project, and that's growing too. Like you never know like what it can be, you know.
Right.
And like it's just beautiful that like each summer you take it day by day and just either grow it or keep it stagnant. But whatever you choose, like it's your decision. And it's beautiful to see, man. Like I said it before, but dude, like I appreciate you like creating this league, man. Cause like as a rookie last year, I've really enjoyed it, man. Like from the AllStar game to like the playoffs to the regular season games, the matchups, the hype behind every game, the fans. Like just everything that just went through. Like my team, the Nuggets, gold digging, baby. No, but like I really enjoy it, man. Like every aspect of it, man. So like I just want to thank you for creating a platform. I wouldn't say platform, a league that we can be like young adults, you know, and like have fun while playing a sport that we enjoy.
No,
So,
yeah,
like,
no, and I mean, yeah, it's
that's big time, man.
No, I'm glad, and I think that one of the things that I really like about the league is seeing people like you guys when you won the championship last year. You know how happy you guys were that you won. Like
Yeah.
that makes me feel good about the league and where how it's the level it's become. You know, and that people care about it because really I think that's what makes a league successful is not if it's making a profit, but if people in the league care about the league and do they want it? Because really, the championship matters because we all agree, we all care about it. You know, we all agree this matters. All right, we're all competing for this.
Of course.
So, and also it kind of makes me feel better when I see people how upset they get when they lose. You know, because that also shows that they care. And expanding has been there's been some challenges there with managing such a competitive environment with people who don't know each other. You know, we had a near brawl last year. We had to handle that, make some suspensions.
Yep.
But that's another reason we want people coming to the combine too. We want to kind of know who these people are before
and feel
they
them
join
out.
the league.
You feel me? Because like some teammates could have big egos. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I want more minutes. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. But like, if you get the people that fit your team scheme, then it makes it that much more enjoyable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So like last year, I really love my team, man. Like I met some really cool guys, super down to earth guys, man. It was just amazing. But I can't wait to see like this year's team, you know, because everything changes, you know. And like I just want to see like the whole matchup situation, like who joined and like which new people register for the league and all that.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's really cool to see it on the combine because it's mandatory this year, right?
Exactly.
Oh, man, so I just can't wait to see that. And when is the like deadline to register?
Oh, deadline to register is this Sunday, and there's still a few openings left actually. So
how many?
About 10. About 10
right.
openings. So about equivalent to almost one or a little more than one team.
And what's the fee for the people that might be watching this?
The fee is $60.
Awesome.
And you can register by going to Bigguysbasketball.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's Biguys basketball.com.
It's amazing.
And there's an option there to register and pay. You're also going to have to contact me though, and my phone number is on the website. On the right when you pull up the website, you'll see the about page. So my number's on there. Contact me. I'll send you a link for the information you need. But that's essentially how you can register. Just go to Bigguysbasketball.com. My number's there. Contact me directly. I think that's the best way.
Oh my gosh, dude! Like this was a great conversation, man. Like it was like very like high end, man. And like I appreciate you taking time from coming up from up north to come down here to talk to me about this, cause like.
Nah, I appreciate you having me on, man.
Dude, no, like it's all you right here, man. So hey, everyone, Bleacher Talk, the only talk show on Bleachers. I'm Franz. This is Mike, and that's the episode, right?
There we go.
I mean, last words you gotta say or anything? Or are you good on everything?
I love being at FAU Stadium. It's a great environment.
Of course, beautiful scenery.
Bring me back to my football days.
Of course. Oh, you play football too. That's amazing. Dude.
not really played, but sat on the sideline.
But all right, that's the episode, everyone. Thank you for watching.